ladies and gentlemen. Permit me at these times to introduce myself. I'm called Namang Stephen Carlo. I am a Langi by tribe. I'm a Lango from South Sudan. I'm proud to be a Lango gentleman, a Lango son, a son that comes from such a very historic tribes, and a gentleman that is very proud of being someone that is coming from such a beautiful tribes, a tribe that have got no limit of friendships, a tribe that everybody loves, a tribe that neighbors do takes opportunities to live with. This is Lango tribes. I'm quite sure Lango in various location in where they are now, they don't have problems with their neighbors. And at the moment, they are sharing good relationship and they are coexisting among themselves. At this junction, permit me, ladies and gentlemen, to tell you about the unity of Lango people across the globes, how it is very important for all of us to unite ourselves and come together as people from one origin, one history, and one's norms. Ladies and gentlemen, we bound by our shared history, culture, and dreams in these times. And then it is very much important than ever to remember the strength that lies in our unity and on this very important period of time. I would like to express the intentions of these historic prospects, which has its based on many articles in the names of understanding the Lango people and their origins. These informations compels the generation today to rise up and call for unity of Lango across the world. Fellow comrades, ladies and gentlemen, the projected unity of Lango community across the world came into reality after we are known as Nilotics and Nilohamites groups, sharing the same names of the tribes. We are all called Lango, and same origins. We come from Cafe, Abyssinia, present day, now they call it Ethiopia. We all call the spirit of death uh, Nagyok or Jok in short. Our tools from our local smiths that we used for digging and hunting remains up to date, similar. Our economic activities such as rearing cattle are the same. Farming products are always also similar. For example, both Lango in Uganda and South Sudan cultivate millet for foods and for making beer. Men and women uh, share the agricultural works, but men have sole custody of cattle, cattle. Both of us, both at Lango in Uganda and South Sudan, pay livestock as dowry. We share running the naming of babies. For example, we have people called Ojok. We also have the same people called Lojok in our area. That signifies that we have the same naming, of the children, of our young babies, including the culture for for blessing a newborn child outside. We also perform the same ritual, the same blessing that our people from South Sudan and Uganda do. Um, the words ole, which referring to my friend, we also call ale, which we are referring also to my friend. So it sounds the same and equally produce similar meaning. We both use rhino uh, in our symbol of when we are representing ourselves. Both populations were traditionally divided into patrilineal clans. All this prompted us today to proudly call ourselves one people, one origins from one history. Although we speak different languages, that doesn't need to disturb us or maybe get us worried. We also need to understand that we are people who are known as bilinguals, people who have very many languages. We were termed since then. We have many languages. When you bring, you comes to South Sudan, we have very many languages that Lango people speak within. And then you come to Uganda, quite sure there are also some differences. The Lango of Otuke, Lango of Kwanmia, Lango of Apache, and Lango of Hamlata. All these distinct locations of Lango, I'm quite sure there is some variations in terms of speaking the languages. This all brings us into understanding that we are the same people uh, from the same origins. Some of us, of course, we lost our ancestors' language due to dominations from other, of course, neighboring communities. Like, for example, actually, people came and dominated our people, the Lamo people, to the extent that they massively affect our language, and this was mounted within the Lango land, and this was prompted by the Luo movements since in 1400 AD to 1600 AD. Fellow comrades, members of the first leagues of Great Lango tribes, ladies and gentlemen, uh, allow me to at this time also explains about the current plans of Africa head of states. Now, the influence of Africa head of states plan to have United States of Africa and existing East Africa free border crossing for citizens fronted tribes with similar history, culture, and identity to merge together as one people from one origins. For example, Ateker bringing Turkana, Toposa, Karimojong, and Nyangatom of Alotimor, and Iteso with similarities one. Considering many of these visible similarities and elements of uniting Africans continents or some African countries, East Africa free border crossing, and having since Ateker being effective, we in this direction thought wise to come up with this suggestion of uniting Lango people so that our origin is revealed, identity acknowledged, and beauty of our cultural heritage is retained. We decided to come up with the live activities such as inclusive unified Lango Festival Day, where cultural heritage, sports, and caravans is done. These activities, we believe, would objectify our purpose of becoming one people on one tribes from one history. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to take this opportunity to call all our leaders, such as members of parliaments, the ministers in their respective disciplines, religious leaders, traditional front runners of all the villages and payams, bomas, counties, sub-counties, sub-regions of Lango, including those who remain in our ancestral origins and are brought to listen to our heartfelt cry for unity. I know some of you had political differences in quest of government positions, but we ask you to vocations all the differences, comes all and give us that directives. In tribes, there is no political, social, and economics variance. We need you now. I believe through unity, each members of our tribe will bring a unique talents, viewpoints, and experience. It is this diversity that enrich our community and make us stronger by embracing our differences and working together. Our tribes has a rich heritage, customs, cultural diversity that has been passed down through generations. This heritage, of course, is a wall hanging weapons. with the threads of our ancestors' wisdom, courage, resiliency. Um, it is our duty now to honor and to preserve this legacy by standing together as to one community. Um, the well-being of our families, the prosperity of our communities, and the preservations of our culture comes when we share our common goals, when we unite together, this we unite towards these goals, we becomes unstoppable force. Let us support each other, uplift each other, and work hand in hand to build a brighter future for our people. Unity, of course, is not just a concept, it is an action. It is seen in the way we help a neighbor in needs, the way we celebrate each other's success, and the way we comes together in time of hardships. Let's continue to practice unity in our daily lives through the world, showing the world the power of unity on the United Tribes. Ladies and gentlemen, when we can together fight negative cultural practices within us, when we work together towards a common purpose, we can mobilize resources and knowledge for the productive community projects, such as projects to fight girl child compensation, girl child marriage, and forced marriages, So these are things that when we comes together, we will be able to generate our idea and come up with such something so tangible, which will help our community in to handle it properly. These practices, for many times, that we are keeping it not to be handled, keeps most of our women enmeshed, yet they can participate in many aspects of lives, in the community, in the family, national and international. We must get rid of these issues that are affecting our communities today. Um, I know some of you may look at it as boring at the moment, but this is the fact that I need to tell you. I am aware that some of you may turn down or go against all these activities, but this is the nature of human being. And sometimes you may decide to, of course, mobilize people to move out from these important and historic activities. But I want you to be careful that these events, this issue of bringing people together should not bother you much, and it should not. If you know you don't have anything to say, I want you, my brother and sister, even if in all level that you're living in, do not use your power, do not use your popularity to divide the people, especially people who come from the same origins. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the few advice I can do. In conclusion, let us remember that our strength lies in our unity. Together, together we can overcome any challenges, achieve any dreams, and create a legacy that will inspire future generations. Let us stand together today and always as one tribe, united in purpose and spirit, under the themes that they my culture, my identity. Thank you so much. Long lives all the unity of Lango, and long lives the traditional sign holders, all our leaders in various capacity, and long lives our ancestors in Ethiopia. Thank you so much. As I repeat again, I'm Namang Stephen Carlo. Take your time to listen to this and learn something out of this, so that you call yourselves a brother who have people in various locations of Africa. I want to assure you that helping each other is something very much paramount when it comes to the issue that is binding us together, like a tribe that is called Lango. I can get traps in Uganda. One reason that is needed some attention. So therefore, I would request to the people to be supportive to each other, especially the Lama people. Let's be supportive. Let's try to see how we can create very good opportunities to fit our society in, to fit our youth who are growing now in it, and so that the youth should grow with a very good suitable environment that can accommodate all of them in a peacefully, so that can make them to coexist among themselves. And also I urge the business opportunities to in these two locations to continue booming. Let the people of Uganda cultivate their products and send to South Sudan, and then also South Sudan also should have a products that are not in Uganda and take it to Uganda. With it, we can do some interchange of consistency that will help to enhance this unity. We would also argue that yes, it is also very important that people of Lango, South Sudan, or Uganda will also need to, of course, go and give us some session of learning so that we'll be able to cope up from where you are. Because I understand now, and I believe, given the fact that the country of Uganda had been very stable for long, the opportunity of the Ugandan people are quite far than South Sudan's, because we have been in the war for all this time. No, we do not have opportunity to go and study, opportunity to develop ourselves by our own, opportunity even for the government to have 8 projects implemented, opportunity also to have active developments in progress, is because the war have taken over the grounds. So this is the time now in our limit where I want to relinquish us to come down to our tribe and see how we can check on areas that belongs to Lango, to see that those people are wicked from where they are now, and welcome the people. Do not refuse this. Our ancestors are looking at us, they are listening to us. So kindly let's try to work hard and become people that are coming from the same origins, that will be having a blessing in future. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you.